What's up guys, this is Shantan and welcome to another episode of the iherng podcast, and today we will answer a question from Wesley Hong via email. Hi iherng, I'm Wong, a fan from YouTube from a long time ago. Just a quick question on real estate and property. Will the property price go up or down after this COVID-19 or maybe call recession? I've just booked a property around Damansara Perdana by Axim Phase 2 The Vervain. Due to many factors on government lately and also MCO, the APDL approval still pending. There are a few more phases coming out real soon, but will the price be affected by this? Or do you have any advice on this property or developer? So thank you very much Wesley for your question, and I will answer your question separately lah. Okay, number one, will the property price go up or down after COVID? I will think let's look into facts first. Number one, the buying power of most of the consumers will be affected, especially for those in business or for those who lose their job. That's number one. So the buying will actually go down. It means that the demand will actually go down. But then if you look on the other side, right, interest rates are the lowest in this window of 5 years time. Right. Then if you look into data again, the oversupply chart, finally 2019 was the year improving from 2018. It means that I think we have 30,000 extra supplies of houses, I think apartments in Malaysia, and last year it dropped a little bit, maybe 28,000, right? Because I think developers has been delaying and postponing their launches lately lah. That means also supply is dropping, so you don't have too much supply. And on the other hand, developers will also try to kick in more discount. It means that maybe they no longer want to hike up the price further, but they will come up with more innovative solutions to actually attract buyers. For example, in this COVID situation, right, some provide online viewing, some provide online discounts. If you buy online, right, you get extra discounts and stuff like that, which I think if you are already buying, right, then might as well go for that discount. Bonus one, so extra 10,000. Yay! Then a little bit about Axim. Axim's properties are always very well known for their treatment of common areas. Their flair and their focus on common areas can be very, very extravagant, very avant-garde. Like if you look into their treatment of corridors, their swimming pool. So I visited a few, and the only concern for residents is the maintenance fees. Right, the maintenance fees has always been their main concern because it can go to like Twin Arcs is around 50-60 cents per square feet. It's no longer like 28 cents, 30 cents. Those are when they sell, maybe they sell that to you lah. But I think because of all those, right, if you look into maintenance fees from a condo, more than 50-60% are all electrical bills, water bills and stuff like that. Those are the main costs, and the more facilities you have in the more areas, right, so that's directly proportional to your maintenance costs. But regardless what I think about the brand and the property, right, I bet you have done your own research. It means that what's the fourth step, right? Why are you buying it? Is it for investment? So for investment, right, what's the strategy of the investment? So if you want to focus on cash flow, what's the rental rates surrounding that area in Damansara Perdana? So when you get your keys, you just fast forward when you get your keys, right? How much is your rental that you can get? And then in comparison to the surrounding projects, what is your unique selling point? Why should tenants rent from you instead of the neighboring block? And why should tenants rent from you in comparison to people within your block? And the process of getting APDL, right? I think before you get the APDL means advertising permit and developer's license. So I think I hope the authorities don't pick this up because without the APDL, the developer is not supposed to collect any mode of booking or payments lah. So it's not right. It's against the law. But since this is out, so right, but yeah, I know there's a practice where you take booking fees and things like that. So APDL means the right to advertise. So it's a practice where developers will just hold on, right? Like for a lot of developers, they will collect bookings for 2 years. Then they will say official launch, and they will convert all these checks into bookings, right? Then they will tell the press again 80% booked, 90% booked on the first week and things like that. Yeah, all those are staged lah. So if you're a very smart consumer nowadays, right, all these are just gimmicks and old birds gimmicks. Like last time it's all newspaper, so the newspaper headline actually matters a lot. But now social media, all this kind of thing doesn't really matter already. So my forecast is this. So after this COVID, right, I think residential property prices will either remain or they will improve actually because of the interest rates that is so low right now. Then I think a house is the most basic necessity that anyone would require. So I think the demand will still be up and the supply has been stopping for the past few months. A lot of properties will be on fire sale and a lot of developers will maybe compromise their profit margin just to give a better deal for people because they want to also cash out their property. It's not cool to hold a lot of stock right now. But on the commercial side, I think it will suffer a great hit because a lot of SMEs might not make it after this COVID lockdown. A lot of them are now actually just debating about internal issues rather than properties and assets and things like that. So a lot of big time investors, I think they'll actually take out their money from their FDs because FD rates are so low right now because it follows the same interest rate. So it doesn't make sense to put into the bank and collect 3.15% already. So might as well put into a property that might generate 4 to 5% return on their money, right? Then the saying is this, now is to liquidate as much cash as possible on hand, right? Because there's a lot of stocks and share market that is actually on discount right now, especially those blue chip, and a lot of developers will throw in a lot of perks in terms of marketing gimmicks. I mean like zero money down or cashback deals and to do more of that, right? So that's the current practice and strategy for a lot of those institutional property investors and those they call themselves gurus right? So just to share a little bit with you, and thank you very much for sending this email, and I hope I answered your question, Wesley. Congratulations on your purchase, and I think that's all for this episode. If you really like this episode, like it, share it, and even subscribe for more information like this. Until next time, this is Sean Tan. Ciao.